Support for Radio Friends comes from Columbia Healthy Smiles, the dental office of husband and wife team Dr. Batson and Dr. Abe, offering comprehensive and customized care to patients of all ages. Learn more by calling 573-721-9039 or online at www.columbiahealthysmiles.com. Good morning and welcome to Radio Friends on Wednesday, March the 8th. I'm going to introduce you to a really special lady. She's been on here many times in the past, Jane Williams from Love Columbia. And I say that sincerely. You really are a special lady because you give and you give and you give and you do it sincerely. We were talking before we went on the air, Jane with Love Columbia, and I asked her how does she prevent herself from becoming totally overwhelmed? Because you see one problem after another, reaching out to try to help people. How do you keep yourself sane?
Well, I was just telling Paul that we have instituted something at our office, a joy bell, an old school bell that one of our staff brought in. We have a notebook beside it, and when something good happens, we ring the bell. And so all throughout our office building, you can hear that bell ringing.
So when the bell rings,
yep,
it's time to rejoice because something good happened.
Somebody got their credit score up. Somebody found a landlord to rent to them. Somebody got a job. Somebody came in and gave a donation that was just exactly what somebody needed. And so we all rush out usually and try if we can and see what happened, because we need to stay encouraged.
So let's talk about some of the people that you are helping right now and what the need is.
Well, we're really trying to help people just reach that equilibrium after the pandemic. So many things changed, and I think people disengaged in some ways. Volunteers did, so many volunteers are coming back, getting involved, but also just people have struggled to get back to work. Some moms, especially with daycare needs, and others with transportation needs, even just dealing with the housing costs. We know that rents raised about 20% over the last year and a half.
So rents have gone up about 20% over a year and a half?
And we've lost about 17% of our affordable housing, which would be anything under $1,000, just through various market tightening.
Stop.
Yeah.
You're saying affordable housing is considered anything under $1,000?
Well, affordable would be if you're not paying more than 30% of your income for it. And so in Columbia, you have to make about $17 an hour to be able to afford a modest two-bedroom apartment.
Which runs about how much?
$875. So for a four-bedroom, if you want a larger family, a three-bedroom, you're going to pay $1,100, $1,400, and
now,
that's significantly
higher. A lot of people
higher.
cannot afford that.
No, they can't afford it.
I mean, that's a lot of money, no matter how you look at it. If you're paying $1,000 to $1,100, $1,200 for rent every month, that's a lot of cash going out.
And we have seen wages go up. Minimum wage went up to $12 an hour, but at $12 an hour, you'd have to work 56 hours a week to pay for that modest two-bedroom apartment. So for a single parent, a one-income household, people are struggling. So it's important that we do work to come alongside people to get better jobs, find a higher pay, and maybe the education, just take those baby steps toward getting a certification, more reliable transportation so that you can earn more money. So one of the ways neighbors can help is just to come in and be a coach and help someone if you've got a skill or in any way. We recently interviewed people who were unemployed, and the number one reason they said was actually mental health. It was depression, anxiety. And I think sometimes we all just need a team around us. I think about even the little child who doesn't want to go to the basement because it's dark, but if you hold their hand, they'll go. And not likening our clients to that, but just we all do better if somebody helps us. So Love Columbia is really about providing a structure for neighbors to come alongside and help neighbors, whether it's the resume or the interview clothes to go to that interview.
What about people learning how to keep track of their money.
That's-
Doing a budget.
yes.
Is that a problem?
That's very important. And now with interest rates going up and credit cards, people really need to learn to pay bills on time and just get into that habit. Also, the importance of a credit score is way more important because landlords can be choosier now. And if you don't have a 650 credit score, you just aren't going to get to rent in a decent neighborhood. So just all those tips and ideas and support to help people learn the financial skills that perhaps they just weren't taught growing up.
So when someone is trying to rent an apartment, there's a pretty good chance that the landlord is going to run a credit check on them.
Yes, and background check too. So if you've got barriers from your past, that can hurt you as well.
So how do you overcome that then?
We help people be able to tell their story and even to create a track record of, hey, I've gone to work, I've been working at the same job for this number of months, or I'm working hard to get my credit score up. Just learning what is it that landlords want and how do you be a responsible tenant. So we've actually spent a lot more time, and some volunteers help with that as well. Just teaching someone what is it that a landlord is looking for, what is going to make them want to rent to you and want to keep renting to you at the end of your lease.
How many people would you say you were helping on a regular basis?
Well, last year we enrolled 2,198 adults in our programs, but we probably helped another 500 just with phone consultations.
So about 2,500 people, 2,600 people a year. That's a lot of people who thankfully have somewhere to turn for assistance. Now you're talking to the community and asking the community to help you. And I know you've told me several times about things that happen that really can be classified as a miracle. As a miracle. When you need something and then out of the clear blue, it manifests itself right there. That is the fact that you're doing good work and your main goal is to help people.
And I think to encourage people to help people. So if you know that what you need was exactly what was needed at that moment, it's encouraging to the giver as well. And just helping us all lift each other up we all want to lead meaningful lives and things that we've contributed to improving somebody's life. And that's what you can do when you give, donate, or volunteer at Love Columbia.
All right. So the web address is lovecolumbiamo, is that right? .org.
LoveColumbia.org.
Not the...
You don't need the Mo.
Just loveColumbia.org.
Yes.
And is there a phone number they can call for more information?
Excuse me. It's 573-256-7662.
Okay. So loveColumbia.org. For more information, you can donate, you can volunteer, you can find out what it's all about.
Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you, Jane, and I hope you keep ringing that joy bell.
Thank you.
All right, we're out of time for today. If there's something you'd like to hear or see, I would love to hear from you. Drop me an email, pepperp@missouri.edu. Bye-bye.